Oh, I wish I could see you, but I can't. So I'm just talking right into this camera because my monitor isn't on and I don't have much time. I'm on borrowed time a lot. However, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what's never going to happen. I'm never hiding from you because you and I have to talk about drinks. I've been looking for a bottle for the last 12 minutes. Couldn't find it. And I said, you know what? You've got limited time. You made a commitment to your girl about what time you're going to be done. What you don't need to do is stress yourself out or not show up because you're not perfect. I find in the bar world, when we are not perfect, when we don't have that cocktail dialed in, when we didn't get that cool garnish, when we don't have 17 bourbons behind us that aren't going to get ordered and they're just vanity bottles, when we don't have those things, we don't want to show up. We want to hide. We want to shrink. I am a master of having ambitions that may outpace the execution. What has made my life better has not been necessarily getting to the point where I do everything I say. It's being willing to update, download, still show up. I wanted to do a white rum trial of about 6 white rums today. And I wanted to try them in daiquiris and tikis and this and that. And it got overcomplicated. Then the time I had versus my ability to translate the information, it started shrinking and not seeming viable. I suggest if you as a bartender find yourself in the dire straits of ideas and inspiration, you've got 50,000 things going through your head and you don't know which one to pick, sit down and make yourself a daiquiri. And that's what we're going to do together today. A daiquiri, in my opinion, represents what may be the perfect cocktail. If you ever want to show someone who's not initiated into the world of cocktails just the true magic that we do behind the bar and how simple it is to achieve that magic, make them a daiquiri. If you want to convince somebody why fresh juice is necessary, if you want to convince somebody why simple syrup is the sine qua non, simple syrup, without it, there's almost nothing else behind the bar. And lastly, if you are initiated in cocktails, you want to make cool things, you don't have some of the ingredients you want, the list is kind of getting insane. You're looking for specialty fruits. You're looking for specialty bottles, and none of the stores around you have those items. Instead of trying to plan a move to a big city as an emotional reaction to the lack of culture where you are, make something simpler. If you've got citrus, sweetener, there are so many amazing things you can do behind the bar. We're going to make ourselves a daiquiri, and I might sneak in another little theme. What do we use to make a daiquiri? We use white rum, okay? So, if I'm going to make a daiquiri, I'm going to show you a white rum. This is a white rum, right? But it's not, though. But it is, but it's not. The rum wonk Matt Pietro, who I've learned so much from, taught me that the term white rum is so misleading because there's so many different styles. This, completely different. Now, what is this? Don Q is the Puerto Rican rum that you need. The Bacardi of America, love you, mean it, Bacardi Ocho will always be behind my bar forever, ever, ever. When it comes to a classic style white rum, I profess that Don Q is the best thing you can buy. Smooth, flavorful, good introduction to rum for the uninitiated, and something smooth and easy drinking for those who are rum experienced. This is for the experts, okay? We need to understand that. This here has what they call hogo, which is a funk from fruity esters and muck pits. We'll talk about muck pits later. It's also a lot higher of a proof. A first-time rum drinker does not need to have a daiquiri made with this, but you do need to have one. You do need to drink it, and you need to drink rum until you like this. Ray Nephew, shout out to Appleton of America. This bottle is not young, it's pretty old, and we're going to do a Ray and Nephew tasting because, yeah, this bottle's got some history on it. I digress. We're going to make our daiquiri so we can center ourselves. If you've never had a daiquiri, please let me know in the comments. And along with that, we're going to talk a little bit about white rum. Rum is categorized in some kind of colonized styles, But for ease right now, let's just use them. The three major styles are going to be Spanish, English, French. French might be the most niche and the least known style of rum called rum agricole. It's made from fresh crushed sugarcane juice, and it has lots of fruity, funky, vegetal, grassy notes that are big and bright. They're an acquired taste that I highly suggest you acquire, and French style rums from Martinique are so necessary for tiki cocktails. English style rums represent Jamaica rum, not Jamaican, Jamaica rum. Jamaica rums are going to have lots of fruity esters. They're usually going to be darker. They're usually going to be richer. The body's going to be big. It's lots of bass in them. Spanish style rums, more often than not, are going to trend lighter, brighter, a little more simple on the palate, but still plenty to discover. And when people are just thinking of rum, they're usually thinking of a Spanish style. Don Q competes neck and neck with Bacardi, and I believe that this is the best white rum you can purchase. There are some other styles of Spanish white rum that kind of throw you for a loop. This bad boy right here is aged in bourbon barrels. But this don't look like it's aged in bourbon barrels. What is how can you usually tell something's aged in a barrel? It's brown. There's a tradition in the rum world to age for up to 3 years and then filter the color back out. I don't know why they do it, but the stuff be good, so I really don't think I can question them too hard. We're going to do a quick taste. We're going to make our cocktails, and we're going to move on because I got to feed the dog soon, and my girl is operating on the promise that I'd clean up. All right. So, Angostura White Oak. This is from Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad was once a Venezuelan port, not the whole country. A lot of Trinidad's history trends Spanish. The capital of Trinidad is called Port of Spain. I actually know what I'm talking about. All right. Another example of Trinidadian rum, I really don't know one. Please help me, y'all. You know, rums from the Caribbean seem so simple until you start categorizing them. Don Q from Puerto Rico, originally Cuban. Stuff happened. Now it's Puerto Rican. So we're going to first take a look. Similar lightness, not many ropes, not many legs. Chin. Ooh, I'm getting some fruities. Lip. Yeah, that fruity ester business is big. Oh gosh, cantaloupe, lime, raspberry, all types of dry fruits. Perfect amount of, so in rum, you almost want some alcohol, ethanol burn. It's weird. Okay. Lot lighter. I should have tasted this one first. So I'm getting the fruity esters here. They're a lot more subtle. I think that's beautiful because what will happen is alcohol amplifies flavors. This is going to amplify anything else I mix with it. This is going to complement anything else I mix with it. Amplify, complement. Ooh, a little mango bouncing off the palate. Very nice. Don Q makes me happy, can you tell? All right, now we're going to get a little more exotic. Don't call people exotic. Don't ever say someone looks exotic, please. These are both rum blends. A really nice job of aging. I don't know what the charcoal takes out, but I'm not getting the big vanilla caramel bomb that I thought I would, and that's great. I think it's because it's made in an ex-bourbon barrel. An ex-bourbon barrel means it used to have bourbon in it. And after the bourbon was taken out of it, we're going to put whatever else in it. Cool? Cool. Can you see? Yeah, you mostly can. You mostly can. I want you to see my face. I can't make the other one do that. Okay, so here's what we'll do. The one that's up here is the cocktail that I'm making. So, daiquiri, 1 ounce lime juice, 3/4 ounce simple syrup, or to taste. Some people like to go up to 1 ounce. If you do and you like it, I sure enough love it. 2 ounces white rum. Waste not, want not, ladies and gentlemen. And again, 1 ounce lime juice, 3/4 ounce simple syrup, 2 ounces, now, I wasn't sure if I added the 2nd ounce on the first one. When you're making rounds of drinks, you know the reference. I know I did add the 1st ounce here because now these are the same volume. Just a little hack for if you ever messity uppity, which you're never going to do, right? So, why would I have these reversed? Now they're representative of what's what. I'm going to move these to the side. We're going to move this whole business back. We're going to make our daiquiris, and then we're going to clean up real quick because I'm supposed to be feeding the dogs and cleaned up by 5 o'clock, and I'm running late, but that's okay because my girl loves me, and she understands, and all that jazz, yada, 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 etc., etc. You know what? I've got my ice in a bag, but we're going to take a moment and try to be cute, okay? Pay no attention to what's going on behind the curtain. Behind the curtain. And I don't know why I'm ever back here without an ice pick, because it seems like a foolish thing to do. So we're going to just... All right, that worked. It should not have worked. It worked. How are we going to do this without screwing up everything? How are we going to do this without embarrassing our family? Okay, I did all that to show you my beautiful antique ice bucket. We've got 6 cold draft cubes each. So, thank you. Angostura. See, you ever seen Cheech and Chong? There's a song, Mama and my Papa tell me how to live. Whenever I'm shaking, for some reason, that's the rhythm I hear. Why do you think that is? Because I don't know. Do you know? Oh, that is beautiful. Splish splash, I was pouring a drink, and I wasn't very careful. Why's my volume off on one of them? That's okay, I know my cocktails are good. I'm gonna add a little more. 1, 2, 1. Three-quarter ounce. We're gonna make our cocktail shine, not drip or guess. We're gonna make our cocktail shine and be better than the rest. Yeah. Now we've got 2 daiquiris in full effectamundo. What should we garnish with? You know what? I ain't gonna hold you. I got 1 lime left. And I'm having trouble getting rid of these grapefruits. So you know what this is? This is a version of a Hemingway daiquiri. The Hemingway daiquiri has grapefruit juice, maraschino liqueur. A light Hemingway daiquiri. That's what we've got here. All right, it's time to see who did what. Classic, beautiful, smooth. A little more oomph to the bottom. This one's a little more fruity. This one's a little more smooth. Both of them, in my opinion, are absolutely the right move. See what I did there? That was cute. I'm so glad I got to make these daiquiris. I want you to make a daiquiri. I want you to drink 3 different rums from different countries, taste them all together. I want you to eat some jerk chicken, some gonga peas and rice, and some plantain. I want you to listen to a song called Higgler's Move by Junior Reid. And I want you to think about the ways culture ripples out and affects us all. Thank you for spending time with me. My name is Khalid Williams. This is The Barrel Age. Today we made a daiquiri with 2 different rums so we could center ourselves, find out again who we are. And who I am is Khalid Williams, and I'm great at making cocktails. You know why I'm great at making cocktails? Because of you. We get to talk, we get to chill, and we get to really vibe out over thoughtful beverage. Please tell me in the comments what you would like to see. You know what I would like to see? You again. Cheers.